Hi, I'm not wearing any pants. And I'm here with Jonas, my co-host.
I mean, I already knew that. They already told me, but yep. Now the whole world knows. Wunderbar.
The whole world of the maybe 4 people that
Seven.
listen
We
to
have
us.
7 subscribers on YouTube. So all I'm
That's
saying,
actually pretty good.
that's pretty good for like a newly started channel. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
And I looked on our stats, and the last I checked, we had 12 views within like 8 hours of posting our 3rd episode.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
Or fourth episode. 4th?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with me in numbers today, but it's also because I'm probably a little exhausted. But
yes.
that's okay.
For context, we record little behind the scenes magic. We record in bulk. So if things likely won't go exactly as planned, but this is the 3rd episode we have recorded in a day. So
3 hours.
Yeah, 3.
Jonas put up with me from the time that he woke up to almost the time that I'm about to go to bed. So,
well, I mean, you literally live in my basement. I kind of don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah. When I make poopies, you come and change me. It's a time.
I don't change you. If you shit in your pants, I beat the shit out of you.
Who changes me?
Is Paige like waking up in the middle of the night or some shit? Because I'm not doing it. Shit.
Oh, I don't know. She might be.
Shit.
Oh,
fuck.
Boy.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh jeez. Oh no. And oh jeez. And okay, then she must not have been getting her food for like the past like 10 days. Oh god.
Wait, what if she's eating my poop?
I mean, that's her. That's her prerogative.
That's her decision.
Yeah, that's her.
You gotta respect.
Yeah, I mean,
I
honestly,
don't consent to her eating my poop, but
honestly, to me, that's cost effective. You know, that's less food I have to make.
Yeah, it's less cleaning.
Exactly.
It's less cleaning. It's less hiring a cleaning crew. It's less. It's just more. It's economic.
Yeah. I mean,
economic. Yes, economic.
I mean, I'm Jewish. I'm always trying to find the cheapest way to get around things.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Akiva, Akive,
no.
Akivo. I could end it with many more vowels.
Oh, I like Akivo. I like that.
Akivo.
I don't know why, but that just like really.
It makes you sound like a
clown. That
clown.
really just resonates with me. I don't know why.
So, how are you on this fine evening?
I'm pretty good. I feel pretty good. We had a good recording session today, and we shot the shit a lot. I feel like we bonded.
Yeah.
We laughed,
we cried, we jerked each other off. It happens.
Yep. Yeah. We just gave each other a little sucky mouthy action.
Hey, no, I wouldn't. No, keep it. Keep it under the belt. That's what I say.
Keep it under the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, will do. Will do. But yeah, honestly, it just kind of felt like we were hanging out all day, so it was kind of nice. We got to like chill and chat, and pretty nice. It's been a while since I've kind of just gotten to sit and hang out with a friend, so that was pretty fun. And our podcast episodes kind of just feel like we're having a conversation, and it doesn't feel scripted, even though we do not script our episodes at all. But like, didn't even feel like like I have to be robotic or mechanical. Anyway, enough of that bullshit.
Every copy of Milk Lovers Anonymous is personalized.
I think it is, because the amount of preparation we have for this episode, for any episode, slim to none.
Well, this fucking okay. I'll be honest with you, though. This one has a little bit more than most of them do. And that's because of the fact that tonight we're doing something a little bit spooky. Ooh.
Because this episode is going to hopefully be released the day before Halloween. Mm-hmm. So Spooky topic.
Ooh.
Ooh. I did the I did the signal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm a ghost now. I've been dead for all the past episodes, but I didn't want to tell you that I was actually a ghost.
I'm actually also a ghost. Whoa! I've been dead this whole time.
It's actually like really ghost phobic that that's how we just assume that ghosts talk. I mean, like, ghosts probably don't feel too nice about that. They're probably like, hey man, I have a wife and kids, my entire identity isn't like,
Hey, like I got like a meeting at 9:30. Can we like wrap it up? Like, can we fucking
I'm
can we
sorry.
like
I'm sorry. I do not say, ooh, I have a wife and kids, okay? And you will respect that.
um you're talking to the vice president of the United Ghost States of United Ghost America, and I sponsored by Pepsi. Like, and yes, we have Pepsi here. You're talking to the vice president, and you're not even gonna you're gonna assume that I'm going boo. No, I'm going. You've been committing tax fraud in the Ghost United States for a long time, and you're going to jail. I don't know. That was kind of all right. That was a dumb bit. Anyway.
But what spooky topic are we going to cover today, Akiva?
I figured. Oh god, I got dizzy from doing that weird thing. So my idea for a topic was spooky stuff. And I kind of narrowed it down a little bit to kind of local cryptid stories. Especially like since we're on different coasts, there's probably either similarities, and obviously you're gonna get the big classic ones like, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, stuff like that. But I'm sure there are local tales, that talk about scary things. And yeah. So, Jonas, do you want to start off or do you want me to kind of kick it off?
You kick it off, I'd say. I think that
Me kick it off?
Yeah, you have more interesting stories than I think I do. Shockingly, as big of a state that California is really boring.
I really want to go to California, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Be lame.
Okay, fuck. All right. Shit.
So imagine you're driving down a road.
Okay.
It's late at night.
I'm imagining. Okay. Wow, it's like
Suddenly
really
you start to see, in your LED headlights.
Okay.
You're probably driving a little faster than you should be, but whatever.
Okay.
And you see a stone wall along the right side of the road.
All right.
Right? Well, in your headlights, in the street, there's this kind of orange thing. It looks like about 4 feet tall. Well, as you approach it, you see it slowly turn its head. Excuse the car noise. You see it slowly turn its head towards you, and you realize it's not a dog. It's about 4 feet tall, and it's got very long, spindly fingers. And as it turns its head to you, as it turns its head to you, it seems to have a very large head. In the center of the head, there are 2 large, glassy eyes with no lids shining brightly orange in the headlights. No nose, mouth, ears, and the head just on a very spindly, thin neck. The body, thin, long, spindly arms, legs, and big hands and big feet. Shape reminding you of almost a baby's body with long arms and legs. Hairless, and appeared to be a very rough texture. And then, as quickly as it was there, it vanished.
Shit.
I'm talking about the Dover Demon. Has been seen by 4 people since 1977 in Dover, Massachusetts.
Shit.
Town almost near and dear to my heart.
Almost?
Almost. Yeah, almost. Fuck that. Fucking hate Massachusetts. So the Dover Demon is a spindly, it almost looks kind of like a gray alien, but it's orange. It's bright orange with bright orange eyes, long fingers, and big feet. And it's known just to like appear, pick up rocks with its long spindly fingers, or pick up a nearby small object and then poof into the air.
So it's basically an Enderman?
I don't know.
That's
Pretty spooky.
Damn. That's a
pretty spooky.
I'm shivering in my timbers.
Are you scared?
I'm shiver me timbers. I'm shaking in my boots.
I love that even when you're being sarcastic, it's just your shiver me timbers. We should just switch tones one episode. Like you use my tones and I'll just use yours.
What's up, guys? What's up? It's Akiva, yo. I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, and I'm Jonas.
I guess.
I don't know. So what do you got?
I'll be honest. I'm being completely honest with you.
I'm gonna be real with you.
You want me to keep it completely 100 with you?
Yeah.
California's boring as shit. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. We have really shitty cryptids. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the funniest one because we are so boring that we literally we made a knockoff of a cryptid, which I feel like should be illegal. We have
what?
The Tahoe Tessie, which is a creature that lives in the lake of Tahoe.
Oh my god, why does everywhere have a fucking lake monster?
I know. And we couldn't give him with the original name. It's literally just Tessie. If you fucking replace the T with an N, you get Nessie.
Even my home state of Illinois has a lake monster, and they just have the Lake Michigan coast.
Yeah, so
anyway, sorry.
The thing is, the Tahoe Tessie is like really dumb. Like basically, no one really even says anything about it. Like, you know, it's kind of just like, oh, it's a creature, and it's like, okay, who fucking cares?
Tahoe Tessie.
However, there was one that I read about that is like really strange and like honestly kind of terrifying if true, and it is called the Dark Watchers. Now, the Dark Watchers, from what I've read about them, they don't seem to be like evil. Essentially, like from what I can read, like basically, a lot of cryptids they were like, oh man, if you see them, they're gonna fucking bite your arm off, and they're gonna go, I'm just fucking evil, man. I just have to fucking murder people. I'm fucking evil, you know. But apparently, Dark Watchers are not like this. Really, all they do is during the night, they're really like giant human-like creatures.
How tall?
It doesn't say. This is from California.com, and I feel like they would say, "Dog." I'm just saying that's what they say. And
that's the official government website.
Yeah, official Dark Watchers website. You know what? The Dark Watchers are probably just Jews in disguise, and they're probably just doing some weird stuff we don't like. But essentially all they do is they just stare into the sky, and when you see them, they disappear. Like basically, according to what people have said, when they see them, they're not even staring at like anything specific. They're kind of just staring into the sky, which either means that like there's something there that's just like really far away, and so it's like, it's kind of like we got like a telescope that maybe we could see it. That's actually not how telescopes work. That wouldn't work. Like if we can't actually if you can't see something with your naked eye, like in the sky, you can't see it with a telescope. Like there are some cases where that's the case. Like you can only see Jupiter's moons with a telescope, but that's only because Jupiter's moons are relatively so close to it that from ground level, Jupiter's so bright that it covers them up. But if you look through a telescope, you can then see the moons. But my love for astronomy comes a different day. So essentially,
Okay.
God damn. Okay. So when you look through the telescope and you look at, so essentially either A, it's so far away that we can't see it, or B, there's something there that they can see that we can't. You know, and the strange thing is that apparently the Chumash Native Americans apparently have like written about these, like, so, and I don't mean like and I don't mean like, oh, 2 years ago Native Americans wrote about it, so that means they're real. Ooh, because like Native Americans in general are not exactly the people like to treat like Native Americans as if they know everything, when the fact of the matter is that Native Americans are just people. Hot take. Just because you come from a certain ethnic group does not mean that you then have certain abilities. You are still a person. But this is like from like a long time ago, you know. So it's odd that people today are still seeing them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there have been many sightings of it, but it's just so weird because like most cryptids, right? They're usually kind of written about, so it's usually like, oh man, they just fucking murder people because they're evil and like to eat people. Like these don't seem to be harmful. They don't seem to be hurting anybody. They're kind of just there, and quite honestly.
So what are they, like shadow figure? Like are they humanoid?
Yes, human shadow-like creatures, basically.
Are they? So they're humanoid shadow-like creatures,
and they're giant, apparently.
That do what?
Stare at the sky. That's why they're called the Dark Watchers, because they stare at the night sky.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's that's spooky. If I saw that,
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because at least like most cryptids, they're trying to kill you. So it's kind of like, okay, like I understand the intention of this thing. You know, I understand it wants to kill me. It's like, okay, well, I have a baseline going into this. But with the Dark Watchers, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You kind of just see it, and it's staring at something, but what? Beats me. So,
you know,
they're scary little guys.
They are scary little guys.
I mean, more accurately, they're scary giant guys.
That's more creepy. That's more like, I feel like that's more creepy than like. I wouldn't be necessarily like scared of them, but I definitely wouldn't like approach one. You know.
Well, yeah, of
course.
I
saw one,
but I don't know. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like the subtlety of it makes it more scary. I don't know. Like, yes, I'd probably be more.
I'd be more scared of the Dover Demon than I would of the Dark Watchers.
Well, yes, because the Dover Demon is actively trying to kill you. While
you don't know. There's no like.
True.
There's just been sightings. There's never been like a mutilated animal. There's never been like, you know, children going missing. It's just been like sighted and then it's gone. Once you get close enough to it, it's gone.
Damn.
It disappears.
Disappears into the. Well, you know, still. Well, I don't know. I guess that with them, I think the thing about it is that there's more of a clear intention with them. While with Dark Watchers, you don't know what they're doing, and that's kind of where the spookiness of it comes, because you're like, oh, why is it doing that? You know, like, I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, because it's the unknown. That's the whole thing.
It's kind of just staring at the sky, and you're like, why are you doing that? And it doesn't respond because they don't talk, I guess.
So, I have another one for you. It's called The Beast of Truro.
The Beast of Truro? Wait, The Beast of Truro?
Truro.
Truro.
Truro. Jesus Christ, I can't choke on air.
God. Truro.
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod? Is that what they're called? Like
no, Cape Cod. Cape Cod is there's a coast of Massachusetts, and it's like a whole long cape, and it's like
I got you.
a famous tourist destination. In September 1981, an unidentified predator began killing pets and livestock. First, domestic cats were attacked, killed, and mutilated. One eyewitness later said in the New York Times, saying that the killer had a long, rope-like, curved, J-shaped tail and weighed upward of 80 pounds with short ears. Others said the predator looked like a cougar. Someone visiting Truro in December 1981 reported to town officials that he'd seen a mountain lion. But wildlife officials have said they believe mountain lions to be extinct in the East. In January 1982, a mystery predator, thought to possibly be the beast of Truro, mauled penned pigs in 2 incidents, and then the attacks suddenly stopped.
God
damn. That was it for that, you know. There's another one. It's kind of just pretty typical for New England and like Maine. This one is called the Spectre Moose.
Okay. Okay. Interesting title. I'll give it that much. It picked a good name for itself.
From the 1890s to the 1930s, reports grew in areas around Bangor, Maine, or Bangor, Maine.
Yo, this Maine is a banger.
Of a large moose of upwards of 2,500 pounds and 15 feet tall with 10-foot antlers, and it was dusky white in color. It was white. Hunters went in search of the so-called Spectre Moose with reports of sightings, but no one brought home the trophy moose. In 1917, a hunter that came from New York reported seeing a giant white bull moose. An incident noted in the Evening Post of New Zealand. Sightings continued periodically today along the coast of Maine. In an interview, a journalist and his wife reported seeing a giant moose in southeastern Massachusetts in 1999. And then I have another one. They're called puckwudgies.
Oh.
Which I love that. And it was a part of it was in an area that was like called the Bridgewater Triangle. So I think it was like Abington, Freetown, and Rehoboth. Yeah. They made like triangles. And that area was like had a bunch of reports of like fucking cryptids, like just a bunch of reports of cryptids. So the word puckwudgie, and I'm going back to this article now about this thing. The word puckwudgie is a Delaware and Wampanoag indigenous word that means little wild man of the forest. The creatures were a part of Native American traditions. Dwarf-like hominids with gray skin, large ears, fingers, and noses. All manners of magical powers, abilities, and traits are associated with them. Some say that they can disappear and shapeshift. Others say that they also possess poison arrows and are able to start fire. Look behind you. According to lore, the little beings will shove people off a specific ledge in Freetown State Forest if given the chance.
It
sounds an awful lot. It sounds an awful lot like the Fae.
It kind of just sounds like goblins. Right. It's not okay. Honestly, I kind of feel like if a little goblin like pushed me off a ledge and I died, I think that while I was falling, I think I just find that more funny. I'd be like, oh man, little goblin guy. Like, how can I be mad at that guy? You know, there's this little goblin guy. Like, come on, the little goblin.
Yeah. So, do you have any more, or do you want me to keep going? Because I got a couple more for you.
Okay.
A couple more spookies.
I'll tell you the one that's most popular here. That I just found out about, and apparently like no one in California, like or at least like around where I live, nobody around here knows about it. But like apparently it's like super popular everywhere else, and it is called the. I have to go find out what its name is again. Shit.
Frank Henson.
Brian Hansen. Brian Henson.
What? No, Frank Henson.
Frank Henson. Then will that be? Oh, Nightcrawler. Yeah, it's called the Nightcrawler.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so it's really dumb. Basically, someone on video just once caught like a thing that like just looked like legs walking, and people were like, oh, it's a Nightcrawler, and it's like, I know I've seen it before, but like it's like it's just like one of those things that's like obviously like one day like somebody was filming and then like I don't know like two recordings likely got like mixed up or something, and then like it just showed like two legs. Like I said, California's fucking boring. Although I do have one pretty scary one, but you can tell yours.
So this is one that's famous from my favorite home state of Illinois. My favorite state. Well, one of my favorite states. It's called the Enfield Horror. So it originated in 1973. A young boy named Greg was playing in his backyard when he claims he was attacked by a beast on 3 legs with gray, slimy skin, short claws, and scary red eyes. Greg ran to his house after the monster attempted to step on him. That must have been a pretty big monster. Later,
that monster might have been kind of horny, you know? Like, maybe it's into feet.
You never know.
It might have been like, hey, let's do some feet play, you know? Ooh, I'm feeling kind of frisky tonight.
So a neighbor of this kid reported, like later that day, reported that they had their own encounter with that same creature, clawing at their door, scratching, and like trying to bash the door in. The incident blew up and became a hot spot, obviously, because people are like, ooh. And then a lot of people came in and said they heard like banshee screams, saw glimpses of like the cryptid was apparently like 5 feet tall, all that stuff. And others, some people say like that because it's because like it was because of like UFO sightings that happened in the area. Like it was like a weird like bunch of things that happened, like just like a bunch of weird events. But yeah.
Shit.
And then I have like one. I mean, so there's one that's called the South Bay Bessie, and it's literally basically like it's apparently it looks like an eel, but like it's in Lake Michigan, which is like the lake shore, where Chicago is. And like there is like a 52-second video. There's like a video online somewhere that shows like a weird creature that looks almost like a snake, like swimming near the lighthouse. Like on the like near the coast of Lake Michigan. God, that is a lake. Yeah, that is a fucking tongue twister. God, I'm sorry. So yeah, like a lot of people, even like some scientists, are saying like it might be an actual thing that's in the lake, which I wouldn't be surprised because like Michigan is huge. If there was like something weird in that lake, you go ahead. Are you getting scared, Jonas?
I'm shivering in my boots, as I said. You're like how like in cartoons, like characters will like chatter their teeth when they're scared, and then like go back and forth doing that. Like that's how I am right now.
A background right now.
I do have a background.
What's your background?
From No More Heroes. Probably never played it, but it's a good game.
Is it for the aesthetic of this episode?
No, I just think it's cool. But
Okay.
sure. But you know what? No, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that was totally the plan. Uh,
Yeah, let's say it was.
yeah. So mine is pretty spooky. Mine is called Yosemite Gargoyle.
Ooh.
Now, I didn't even know about this, but it goes much deeper than I thought it did. So, on paper, you kind of just hear what it is. It's kind of the same thing as the Dark Watchers. Essentially, it changes location, but essentially on any given mountain, if you look on some days, you will see a gargoyle like. It's not really gargoyle like, I guess, but it sits like a gargoyle essentially.
Ooh.
And that's kind of just what it is. It's on like mountains that like are, even if they are climbable, there's obviously no equipment there, so they obviously were not climbing, so it's unknown how they got there, so it's unknown if it's a person, if they just climbed up some way that you can't see. So you kind of just look at it and you're like, okay, like that's strange, whatever, right? What makes it strange though are what surrounds it. So it doesn't show up like every day. Like essentially it only shows up on certain days. There's no real like routine to how it shows up. It's not like, oh, it shows up every Wednesday or like it can be like it can show up within like a week within the last sighting, or it can show up in a few months. It can show up like whenever essentially. But every time that it shows up, the same thing will always happen. And that is someone will find a body and they won't know how the person died. Every time there's ever been a sighting, that is what happens.
And this is like in the Yosemite area?
This is at Yosemite, like Yosemite Park.
I want to go to Yosemite. I don't even know exactly where it is.
I live like 2 hours away from it. It's really nice. I took after my grandfather died, I think like 2 months after, we took her to Yosemite and we had a great time. It's a really beautiful national park. I like it just because I know that all the national parks are like this, but like if you're feeling just kind of like doing like a brisk walk, you can do that. If you want to do some like hiking stuff, you can do that. It's really nice. But back on topic, every time it's ever been seen, there's been some sort of death where they've been able to find that person and they won't be able to know how they died. So I decided to test out this theory. So I remember that there was I think it was a fellow student of mine. I never met them, but a fellow student of mine who had died, and I decided to and they died at Yosemite, and no one knew how they died. So I thought, okay, I'll look up like any sightings of them like around that time. And what do you know? There was a sighting. There were people on like Reddit and stuff saying, "Oh yeah, I saw the Yosemite gargoyle," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's terrifying."
That is terrifying.
Yeah, and so I've never seen it. I like, again, it doesn't show up like it doesn't have a consistent schedule, and it doesn't show up like on the same mountain. It's always randomized essentially. Nobody knows if it's causing the deaths. Nobody knows if it's kind of just there, like, and it kind of just happened, and it's kind of like, I guess, like a warning, or almost kind of just like telling people, hey, someone died, and it's going to be hard to figure out how, or if it's trying to warn people someone's going to die today. It's never shown up early enough for Yosemite to like close down the park before anything happens. By the time it shows up, generally most park officials have said that by the time the sightings started, and by it's not after the what's the word, what do coroners do? Is there like a word for it?
Coroning.
I
don't know.
After the coroners check the body, and they check around the time that people saw the Yosemite gargoyle, they say generally, like, from what we can see with this body, even though we don't know how they died, we can say that by the time it showed up, there was really nothing that we could do. So people don't know if they just weren't looking, like, quick enough. Nobody knows if it like shows up at like different intervals. So nobody knows if it's like if it's somehow directly related to the deaths, or if it's a warning, or if it's kind of just telling people, hey, someone died.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like, that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
And you want to know the best part about all that?
What?
I made it up.
You made it up?
I made it all up. And just in case anyone's wondering, no fellow student of mine died. I would not use someone's real death to make a joke. Well, it wasn't a joke. It was a creepy story. But either way, I wouldn't use someone's real death.
That was a creepy story. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was actually really good. That got me. That got me, yeah. That was funny. I was about to look it up too. I was about to look it up and be like, what? Like, no fucking way.
And you are correct, there is no fucking way.
Yeah. I was like, that's fucking wild. Like, whoa. Like, that creeped me. That genuinely fucking creeped me out. That unsettled me a little bit. That was pretty good, man. Shit. Is that why you put up that background? Or is that just because you think it looks cool?
No,
okay.
I just think it looks cool. I've used this for like my classes before, so I've had this on my computer for a long time. I just think it looks cool.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, that was good. Good. Fuck. Jeez. Oof. So I mean, yeah. I don't really have like much else. I have like one more.
All right, let's hear it. I guess we can just talk about. I guess we can kind of just talk about certain cryptids afterwards. That's
damn. So I mean, this is another one. It's called what's it? It's called the Big Muddy Monster of Murfreesboro.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, it turns me on.
Okay, so in 1973, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, this has been documented by the town since 1970. Like, even police officers have seen like this thing supposedly. A local couple was parked in a remote riverside location while out for a romantic interlude. They was probably fucking. When suddenly they encountered an incredibly large, looming figure of a mud-slathered albino swamp monster. Additional reports from the local area townsfolk confirmed the appearance of a Sasquatch-style creature covered in mud, gunk, and grime. Others claim to have heard a piercing animalistic roar from the trees and underbrush, accompanied by a foul-smelling odor. For 2 weeks straight, police and local residents collected evidence, such as footprints, eyewitness accounts of contact with a bipedal beast, and multiple sightings in passing. Like, the reports suggest that the monster may still be at large. It's apparently 7 feet tall, maybe 350 pounds. Some people think like it might be connected to the Enfield horror. The Enfield horror is like really famous in Illinois. Like it's like famous, like, because so many weird things also happened when the Enfield horror like happened.
I thought you said the Enfield horror, and I was like, oh well, shit. All right.
No, horror.
Yeah, I thought you said Enfield horror.
Oh, yeah, because I go horror. Yeah,
well, no, everyone does that because like it's a weird word. So
yeah, the Enfield horror or the Enfield horror.
I mean, shit. I mean, like, man. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Like, Enfield horror. The Enfield horror. Like, it got that good Nessie.
Man, dude, I loved that story. That was a great story. That honestly,
I'm gonna be honest. I only made that up because like halfway through this podcast, like I was realizing like shit, I have like no good stories. So I kind of just thought about that like on the fly.
Made it right the fuck up. I
Yeah.
love that. Dude, it's like next week there's like a sighting of a Yosemite gargoyle and you're like, fuck! You're like, fuck, could have been me.
That could have been me. I could have been the Yosemite gargoyle.
Yeah, just you fucking T-posing painted gray. But like you need to supply the dead body.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I'll like well yeah.
Oh god, that fucking creeped me out. That actually creeped me out a little. That was awesome.
I mean, I'll be honest here. If there was like an actual connection, I feel like Yosemite would kind of just close its doors permanently, honestly.
Or you yourself, you'd probably just be like, I am moving far away at this point.
I mean, I don't even live that close. Like,
it's fair.
Yeah. It's a good drive to get there for me still, so.
It is a good drive, yeah, you're right. Well.
Yeah. So
this has been a spooky episode, man.
It has been, but I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite cryptids. One,
I don't trust you anymore, you fucking son of a bitch.
Okay, no.
Tell me the name.
It's kind of a cryptid, kind of not. It's a real animal that went extinct, and that is the Tasmanian tiger. There have been many sightings of. So, for context, the Tasmanian tiger was a creature that lived in Australia. I know, shocking. With the word Tasmania in the name, you never would have guessed. But essentially, its whole thing, the reason it went extinct was for two reasons. And number one, its time was kind of just coming. It was not very high on the food chain, and it was getting harder and harder for it to be able to supply itself. And they were kind of dying off naturally, anyways. But humans kind of just came along and they kind of just sped up that process because they were not very high on the food chain. So they ended up dying essentially. But ever since their extinction, there have been sightings of them. And I understand, right? Like, people will always find sightings of anything. But it's odd just because there's, like, video evidence and, like, tons of stuff to support it. And it's so odd. Because nothing looks like a Tasmanian tiger. Like, it's kind of dog-like. But you can tell it clearly isn't a dog.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
Yeah. It's a weird little dude. And so people have seen them in Tasmania. People have had sightings of them. And so it's crazy because it's like, oh my God. Like, that's like, because it's like, are they, like, it obviously wouldn't be the same species. Like, or at least like same type of Tasmanian tiger, but it may be like a different species or something.
The last Tasmanian tiger supposedly died in 1936 from exposure.
Exactly. But that's the thing, is that no one really is that there have been tons of sightings of them, and that's what makes it so weird. Because it's like, you think we would have found it by now, or we would have found them by now if there were so many sightings, but at the same time, we also don't know. And that's what makes it crazy.
Yeah, and like the thing is like, why would they make up like seeing an actual animal? You'd think they'd like you think they'd like
I saw the Tasmanian cocksucker. He was trying to suck my dick.
Yeah. Like... you think they'd like make it into a cryptid, not like a Tasmanian, like a legit Tasmanian tiger.
Right.
Also, those things are kind of cute.
I know, like, I think that they were chill animals. I do believe they would have gone extinct without the human help. I don't think that's great that humans made them extinct, but I do think that their time was kind of coming anyways. But it's just so odd, because there's like video evidence.
Oh yeah, what was that creature? What was that creature that was just like dying out essentially?
Tasmanian devil. That one's still around.
Right.
That one.
But they're safe now.
Correct. Well, that one's a little bit different. The Tasmanian devils were like okay on the food chain. Well, I say were, they're still around. But their problem was that there was just like a cancer spreading around, and they were all giving it to each other. So they were like rapidly making themselves die. So humans had to step in and like split them all apart and basically help them to not do that.
Yeah,
they're actually really It's shocking just how, because do you know the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
It looks nothing like that. Like absolutely.
No, I know.
Yeah, yeah, and it's crazy. Like I remember the first time I saw one, and I was like, oh my god, that's the same thing. Like,
so here's my plan, right?
okay,
All right. So we get like a cryptid story going, right?
yeah.
We call it the Tasmanian Gargoyle.
Oh shit.
All right. And then we start digging up the bodies of Tasmanian tigers.
Oh my god.
And we just like throw them in the wherever this gargoyle is. It's just like a paper mache gargoyle. They'll be like, "Whoa, this body is decomposed as if it's been dead for like 100 years," and it's like, yeah, it has. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what? No, okay. This plan will be a lot harder to pull off because it's kind of illegal, but like it kind of makes it kind of quirky.
I feel like it's illegal to dig up a dead animal's body and fucking throw it in the desert anyway.
My idea is more illegal. We okay. Look, we break into people's houses.
Who can be more illegal?
We break into people's houses. Okay.
Oh my god.
Then we leave the dead bodies of the Tasmanian devils there, and then
no, the tigers, not the devils.
Oh, we leave the bodies of the Tasmanian tigers there and the paper mache gargoyle, and like we do it like random. People are like, oh my god, it's real,
Yeah, but how would we like retrieve the gargoyle amongst the chaos?
We make a new one every time. It's kind of the thing. We're dedicated, man. We got to be dedicated to the fucking cause.
We're dedicated to the craft of planting dead animal bodies.
The problem is
not even like the only crime we commit in that case is literally breaking and entering. That is it.
We don't take anything. We literally do not touch anything in that house. We just break and enter.
Unless there's a MILF in there with big honking milkers. Or we take their milk. Since we're Milk Lovers Anonymous.
We get like two we get two suction devices and we hook them up.
We sign it Jonas and Akiva. Like we just sign it, we autograph it. Like, whoa, we pranked our fans by breaking into their houses and leaving dead animals.
You ever been to a dairy before?
Mr. Boss, what?
You ever been to a dairy before?
Oh, yeah, I've been to dairy farms.
Yeah, so I used to occasionally work at one.
I used to work on a goat farm and I milked goats.
Okay, so they have like those big contraptions to like milk cows?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do that, but
I've always wanted to milk a cow.
We got to do that, but for women, I mean, that's probably illegal to some extent, but
well, no, here's what I think, right?
Okay.
We get the dead bodies. We dig up the dead bodies of cows.
Okay.
And we hook up like the milk machines.
Oh.
And we just see how much of their like decomposed flesh we can suck up through the tubes, and then we start selling it, and we call it flesh milk.
Oh shit!
And it becomes the new sensation.
Well, no, we can't just start selling it. No, we can't just start selling it. You know what we got to do first?
What?
We got to put it on TikTok, and then we can start selling it. Yeah.
Right, we start the trend.
Exactly. We got to go like, oh my god, this milk is so cool.
Guys, ask for it on the Starbucks secret menu.
There you
flesh
go.
Milk.
There you go.
Hashtag flesh milk. Hashtag cruelty free.
Like, technically, it is cruelty free. The animal is.
It's totally cruel.
The animal's already dead.
So disrespectful of like the animal.
The animal doesn't feel anything. It's already dead.
No, we just feel immense guilt for desecrating a dead body.
I don't. I'm making money. I'm fucking rolling in paper, man. I'm happy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, honestly, if you're dumb enough to fucking buy flesh milk, or smart enough, I mean, then honestly, you kind of deserve it. I kind of deserve your money.
Flesh milk. 100% cow flesh. Like we have cow flesh milk, pig flesh milk for the pig eaters,
Right.
chicken flesh milk. Like we can get all this by just digging up dead farm. And horse flesh milk
Oh, and you know
only
Starbucks.
sells in Canada
Oh,
and like other parts of the
you
world
know
though where they can eat
how. Oh,
horse.
you know how Starbucks has like the secret menu that isn't actually a secret menu. We can have the same thing, but it's we have the same thing, but instead in our secret menu we have a human flesh milk. But it's like, we have to play it like super cool. If somebody's like, hey man, first off, we have to have a code for it. I'm like, it's gotta be like, it's gotta be like sauce, somebody's like, hey, can I have the sauce? And then we'll be like, who's asking? Like who's asking?
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
and
it's so fucking funny.
We gotta make sure that they know what's up.
Well, you're right, Jonas. You're perfectly right. I think that's a great note to tie it off.
Yeah.
Tie it off and tie one on.
All right.
Well, I'm not gonna tie one on, actually.
Yeah, but it'd be like that. I was gonna make a sexual innuendo joke, and I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know what goes along with that. Anyways,
just go for it. No, just don't even make it go along with anything. Just
I'm
blurt it out.
I'm gonna fucking come right now. I'm gonna fucking come on my pants. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it right now.
Hi, moms and dads that listen to this podcast. Oh man.
Hey man, that's how it be sometimes.
Really do. I liked the look down, you just kind of it was like you just kind of regained your focus, all right, podcast, instead of just going, I'm gonna fucking come, I'm gonna come my pants, come right now,
Well, everyone, I apologize that this episode was on kind of the shorter side, but I hope that you got spooked out and that you're that you're gonna
be Yosemite gargoyle story. Fucking we need to make that a t-shirt.
Yosemite gargoyle. Hell yeah!
But wouldn't that be cool? He's just kind of smoking a joint, and just kind of he's got a cool wait, a custom we'll little things to put on the t-shirt, custom dress your gargoyle.
Oh,
dress
shit.
Your Yosemite gargoyle.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He's smoking a joint. He's just kind of chilling this. He's got his arms down. He's crouched into position, and he's just kind of gang, whoa, and he's smoking a joint.
Shit.
I don't know why I smoke. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, everyone, I hope that you're spooked out. I hope that no ghosts come and scare you.
The ghosts of the cows and the Tasmanian tigers.
I'm going to send some goblins to your house, and they're going to steal all your gold. I think that's what goblins do. They go I'm gonna steal your gold.
I'm gonna steal your gold. They say that too. They're just I'm gonna steal your gold.
Yeah, and then you go no, don't steal my gold.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a happy, safe, and healthy Halloween, full of magical endeavors with ghosts and goblins and spooky ghouls all in between. Ooh,
I'm
happy
sorry.
Halloween.
I'm sorry to all ghosts who are listening to this podcast. That was very offensive. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that ever again.
Yeah, I'm fucking angry now.
All right,
because we've been ghosts the whole time.
I know. We've been ghosts the whole time. It's crazy, right? We're actually
last episode of the podcast.
Yeah. So actually, if you guys were actually getting a full body image of us, our torso,
Danny Phantom.
Our torso, yeah, exactly. Our torso cuts off, and then we have a little, we have a little thing hanging down because we're ghosts.
Wisp.
Yeah, we have a little wisp.
Yeah, but some people have bigger wisps than others, and we don't need to feel ashamed for that.
Of course.
It's a shower, not a grower.
I am proud of my wisp. You know, I measured it. I measured it, and I have a decent 3 inches on my wisp, and that makes me happy. Uh,
Oh
all
my god.
all right,
Jesus Christ.
all right, everybody. I've been your host, Booness.
Whoa! Uh, I've been your host, Ghoul Kiva.
Ooh, and we'll
Ooh.
see you
Wait, wait,
on.
wait, wait, wait. You've been the host, Boonis Ghoulberg.
Ooh,
And
Ghoulberg. Oh shit.
I've been the host, Bukiva Ghoulberg. There we go. Those are
Ooh.
the spooky
And we'll
names.
see you. And we'll see you on another spooky night. Have a
Whoa,
happy
whoa.
and scary Halloween, everyone.